Can you feel the Aries energy? Hello everyone and welcome to another video. It's been a while since I've been on camera. So yeah, welcome back to this channel. If you're new, welcome to this channel. For the past 3 years maybe, and really focused in the last 8 months, I've been working a lot on getting to take care of myself in the right way. And throughout my life I have, tried various things to, get to know myself a little better. For example, through personality tests. My dad, for example, uses the Insights Discovery Profile, so I've taken that. My coach that I've known for the past 8 to 9 months took me through the Enneagram personality test. And I always feel like these personality tests really help me discover what my unconscious self is saying, how I am. But way back as a child, there was another form of personality test that I was looking at, and that was horoscopes. And then 3 years ago, I met a new colleague and we became best friends really fast because we had like this similar mindset. And then in January, she literally judged a book by its cover, bought it for how it looked. She showed it to me and said, the introduction page is just like what we talked about on, planets, energies, everything. And the book is The Stars Within You by Juliana McCarthy. So I bought this book and I actually read it through. And while reading this, I got inspired to do this video series where I would be inspired by the 12 zodiac signs. Take their best traits, take their best qualities, their best energies, and then use them as tools to get to know myself better. Also, just a quick disclaimer, I am in no way a professional astrologer, birth chart reader, anything. I'm doing this as a hobby thing. I would really recommend watching some YouTube videos, go read about it yourself, buy this book maybe. Please sponsor me, Julian. There are so many layers to astrology. I've only really, touched barely the tip of the iceberg, and I've spent maybe 80 to 100 hours on it now. I don't know, maybe more. In The Stars Within You, there are descriptions about the 12 zodiac signs, the planets, the houses, everything in the basic astrology world. What got me hooked on astrology was also how I see your birth chart as a personality test, but you've already taken it. You're just putting the puzzle together. And I thought, since I got into astrology again now after reading this book, the first sign Aries, the first house self, is focus on yourself, focus on self-discovery. I'm just gonna go through what I've learned. So first of all, I needed to, get my birth chart. And you can actually get that on astro.com and a lot of other sites, but I used astro.com, so that's what I'm gonna mention. It's best if you have the exact time of birth. Your place of birth could just be the town, and they will make this beautiful birth chart for you. At first, I didn't understand shit about this whole thing, but there's actually a guide at the end on how to interpret your own chart. Most of what's in this book you can also find on astro.com, or luckily for us, the internet exists. So the steps to interpreting your own chart from The Stars Within You is to first look at your inner planets. The most important are your sun placement, your moon placement, and your ascendant. Your sun placement is probably the placement you already know, which is your zodiac sign. The placement of the sun tells you the essence of you, who you are. The moon placement on your chart tells you about the inner you, your emotions and how you react. Your ascendant is how other people perceive you. So as you can see, my sun is in Pisces, my zodiac sign is Pisces, my moon is in Aries, and my first-hand impression is very much like meeting in Aquarius. Then we look at Mercury's placement, which is the planet of communication. Mercury's placement tells you about your communication style and how you socialize. Then we look at Venus placement, which is the planet of love and attraction. This tells a lot about your style, how you perceive beauty, how you love. And then we look at Mars placement as the last inner planet. It tells you about your drive and your motivation. When you're looking at your planet's placement, you also look at in which house they're placed in. As I mentioned before, there's a house for each zodiac sign. So for Aries, our topic today, it's the house of self, where the second house, which is the house of Taurus, is the house of perception possessions. The third house, which is the house of Gemini, is the house of communication and so on. Also, don't worry about how your houses are divided. That is just, you know, according to where on the planet you were born. The closer you are to the equator, the more even all of your houses is gonna be. I'm more north on the northern equator, therefore my first house is freaking huge. I'm just focusing a lot of my energies towards, you know, myself and my self-image and how people perceive me. After that, we take a look at our outer planets, which is Jupiter, the planet of luck and enthusiasm. Saturn, the planet of discipline, challenge, and leadership style. Uranus placement can tell you where you're innovative. Neptune's placement tells you about your imagination, where you can be deceived, how you're enchanted, or how you enchant other people. And last but not least, our good old friend Pluto, which is the planet of power. And then in astrology and on your birth chart, you can actually also see your north node. And in astrology, they also talk about your south node, which is just directly opposite of your north node. Your north node placement can tell you about your destiny, what you're actually here to do on this planet, where the south node is a reference to your past life, so what lives you have lived. So I want to round off there because, as I said, I don't want to get into detail about every single thing, but you can really, you know, find everything on the internet about this. I literally Googled all of these things. Like, for example, Mercury is in my first house, so I was like, how does that affect my communication? What does that mean to me? And I didn't really feel like I could find everything in Julianne McCarthy's guide. A lot of it is self-discovery. So what did I learn from interpreting my own chart? I felt like I got to know how to use some of these energies better, you know, towards getting a better and easier everyday life. But Astro.com, I can really recommend it. But I can also really, you know, recommend this book, The Stars Within You. I really enjoyed having it by my side while interpreting my chart and, you know, just having it on the bus when I was on the go back in the day when that was possible. So yeah, that was my Aries focused video of this new video series. You know, this video is probably mostly for myself, but as I said, I also just wanted to motivate people if you just needed that little push from someone. But let me know in the comments if you have any suggestions to the next one, which is Taurus. It's the house of possessions. And if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.